Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Pisces January 2020 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, first thing up, people, Mars will be in Scorpio as far as January goes from the 1st until the 3rd. So the 9th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. A situation with in-laws, grandchildren, could be even with people in publishing or some religious congregation, college, university, may be more contentious and acrimonious than usual. There may be arguments connected with jealousy. There might be very passionate, intense differences as well. There may be also guard against vengeful, vindictive anger at this time toward ninth house people. Pisces, this could be a time too where if you're unattached, you may connect with a Scorpio Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Scorpio characteristics. It may be for a sexual liaison. It might be a foreigner, someone you meet in a foreign country through traveling abroad. It could be a person you meet at a college, university. Might be even somebody you meet at some ninth house venue, such as like publishing, for example, or somebody like in an importing, exporting field. It might be a person that might really help you in terms of figure prominently in expanding horizons as well. And anyway, well, and also too, it could be about a lot of energy put into transformation of one's philosophies at this time, and into also a lot of intense, passionate energy into expanding one's horizons at this time. And also, again, speaking of energy, a lot of energy and vitality and taking action, perhaps in some Scorpio-like publishing or college, high school educate, could be not high school, college education course, or a higher education course, I should say. It could be something connected with locksmithing, or something with the occult, astrology, supernatural. Something with embalming, perhaps something like if you're publishing, it might be something connected with mysteries or something with horror. Anyway, next thing up. Well, Mars will be in Sagittarius as far as January goes from the 3rd until the 31st. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now at this time, a situation with authority figures, the dominant parent, which is often the father, people prominent in your career, may be more contentious and acrimonious than usual. There may be philosophical differences, arguments over religion, matters pertaining to the law. And also, I mean, Sagittarius, of course, could be very blunt, tactless, outspoken energy, and is really not about mincing words. So there could be arguments that are really ones that really hit home. It was statements that hit home, and where you're not really holding back or sugarcoating anything. But at the same time, this could also be about really a lot of positive energy into attaining success and one's improving one's stature in life. Perhaps this could be a lot of expansive and enthusiastic energy, exuberant energy in 10th house matters, and it could be in attaining more notoriety, greater recognition matters with your public image, your reputation. It could be also a lot of action activity with sports and the outdoors with the dominant parent, which is often the father, people you might be friendly with that are in your career. It could be older people or business people in some cases. So anyway. And if you're unattached at this time, Pisces, you may connect with a Sagittarius Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Sagittarius traits that might figure prominently in your public image, your reputation, your career, attaining success, your stature in life. So anyway, and it may be for a sexual liaison, given that it is Mars. So anyway, next thing up, Jupiter will still be in Capricorn, so the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, as I've spoken about in previous videos, Jupiter could be rather paradoxical, could be very strongly benign and benevolent, but it could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. Now, Some cases this can enlarge and expand. In some cases, restrictions and limitations in 11th house matters, and it could be attaining goals and aspirations and matters connected with groups, clubs, organizations, your friends, your acquaintances. But it could also be about expanding, enlarging discipline and structure in these matters as well, but also very auspicious in some cases for Capricorn goals and aspirations such as dentistry or something with politics, business, even general mundane work, information technology, dentistry, anything accounting, anything that could be Capricorn related. And could be also too, this could be a good period for perhaps publishing with a lot of consistency, in which could be part of some maybe group involvement at this time, or doing, or as far as what are your goals or aspirations may be at this time, Pisces. So also this could be a lot of where humor is expressed very strongly at this time in matters with with your friends, your acquaintances, and groups and clubs and organizations and social media. And it may be like, given that it's Capricorn, very dry kind of humor, like maybe very a little bit where you're being a little bit caustic, because we're talking about Capricorn energy. But at the same time, this could also manifest in expanding responsibilities with 11th house people, such as friends, acquaintances, even stepchildren if applicable. Anyway, next thing up. Well, Saturn will still be in Capricorn, so the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, this could be in some cases where you might find yourself taking care of a sickly or debilitated. It could be a friend, an acquaintance, even a stepchild if applicable. It could be something Capricorn related, such as something with the knees, the bones, the hamstrings, in something, the joints. It could be making you feel somewhat despondent and melancholy at this time. And this is a thing too, where this could also be about taking a lot of responsibility in matters with friends, with acquaintances, with groups, matters with social networking, social media, and a lot of it could be laborious work, consistent efforts, could be in humanitarian endeavors in some cases. And at this time as well, you might be experiencing, we're talking about Saturn energy. I mean, Saturn could be, it can manifest in fears. You might be dealing with some restrictions and limitations and fears with friends, with acquaintances, with groups at this time, Pisces. But it could be a time too where you're looking at Saturn. It's also a time too where, looking at this, it could be a lot. You're talking about Saturn and Capricorn energy. It could be a lot of it could be a lot of laborious efforts in trying to attain some kind of Capricorn goal or aspiration, such as something with dentistry, business, politics, accounting, something with information technology. It could be something associated with business or something with the government at this time, or even some general mundane type of work. So anyway, and older people might be more prominent in your future at this time, and it could be older Capricorn people. They could be Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or ones that embody those traits, such as somebody that could really be a good mentor to you and somebody very mature and responsible. Anyway, next thing up. Well, Uranus will still be in Taurus, so the third house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. Well, this can manifest in a multitude of ways. Well, you might find yourself dealing with certain unusual, stubborn, obstinate behavior from siblings, cousins, neighbors at this time, even people you may have met, from the people you know from your early education. It could be a time, too, where you might be dealing with it could be about really expressing, future, being innovative and terms of your ideas, your thought process. It could be coming up with some ingenious ideas at this time, ones that are very innovative, and communication regarding Uranus, things such as aerospace, astronomy, astrology, even rocket science in some cases, electronics, computers, You might be more interested in futuristic transportation at this time, such as flying cars or anything that could be futuristic in terms of general local transportation at this time. But at the same time, you might be, your ideas might be coming very spontaneously at this time, Pisces. It could also be a time where you might find yourself at this time dealing with some unusual, or it could be some electrical issues with a vehicle at this time, because we are talking about the third house of short journeys. But at the same time, it could also be where, in some cases, where Taurus friendships, they could be Taurus Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Taurus characteristics, might figure more prominently in your communications, information you're assimilating, your short journeys at this time, in local transportation as well. It could just be running errands for you and you taking you to the store, things of that nature. Hold on a moment, people. Sorry about that, I'm back. Anyway, next thing up, Neptune will still be in Pisces, so the first house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, Pisces, well, this can manifest in a number of ways. For one thing, you might find yourself with your vitality, your energy may be a little bit more dissipated and diminished at this time, more so than usual. You may come across as a little bit more nebulous and more unclear than usual. Pisces can be like that anyway. Pisces, in theory, and I concur with this, here there I subscribe to it, you could say that Pisces is the amalgamation of the previous 11 zodiac signs, and I do see them as that. And in Pisces, you might even be coming across even more confounding, more confusing, more so than usual. But at this time as well, on a positive note, this could be about also manifest in Neptunian Pisces new beginnings. It could be doing something like with poetry, dancing, photography, chemistry, something with pharmaceutical work, spirituality, the metaphysical, which of course does include astrology. And at this time as well, just guard, it could also be a time where you might be dealing with some Neptunian Pisces physical related matters. It could be something connected, something drug or alcohol related. It could even be an accidental assimilation of drugs at this time, such as like radon in the home. So just be extra careful in those matters, Pisces. Something with the feet, the toes, the lymphatic system. It could also be guard against fallacious mediums, phony psychics trying to get you into, trying to tell you what new beginnings you should have, because this could be a period where you might be a little bit more deceived to something of that nature at this time, Pisces. So it might be more gullible, more impressionable, even more so than usual at this time when you're talking about Neptune energy and the first house. So anyway, well, last but not least, Pluto will still be in Capricorn, so the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, now I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but I'm going to anyway. Some cases this could be about the actual or literal death of a friend, an acquaintance. It could be somebody that well, it's some group, club, or organization, or close friend on social media. It could also be a stepchild if applicable. This is a time too where this could be about a very maybe transforming period in terms of your friends, your acquaintances, or even a time where they might even be obliterated at this time. It might, you're talking about friends and acquaintances, and might impact your social life to some degree. But remember, when Pluto can often obliterate things, but it could also be about rebirth, revival, and regeneration. Or sometimes it could simply transform and supplant things. It could be friends and acquaintances are taken away for whatever reason, whether it's due to a move or what have you, and you fall out of contact with them or whatever. They may be replaced by someone else, or they may go away for a little bit, and then you might revive them later on. Remember, Pluto is generally, you're talking about a very prolonged transit anyway. So Could also be about the time on a positive end, though. It could be about, this could manifest in Plutonian goals and aspirations, such as something with astrology, the supernatural, the occult, something with recycling, insurance, transformation, such as rebuilding vehicles at this time, doing something with nuclear physics, anything that could be Pluto related. And anyway, and the last but not least, there you guard against getting in power issues, power struggles in matters with friends, with acquaintances, with stepchildren if applicable, or maybe even matters with some group, club, or organization, or going on a power trip if you're the head or the leader in some kind of group, club, or organization at this time. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Pisces January 2020 horoscope forecast part 2 of 2. And stay tuned next time where I will be giving you my Aries February 2020 horoscope forecast part 1 of 2. Until next time, people, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.